because you got to get them in the ground early. If you get a heavy rain on them and you water them too much, you get 98 degree, what's going to happen to that potato?
You're right.
It's going to bake. And so it's a real crapshoot planting fall potatoes. Eggplant, again, these are some of the new Oriental or Chinese varieties. Again, you're going to plant them, and like potatoes and tomatoes, you're going to fertilize them. How to produce large bell peppers, you need to select hybrid varieties. I plant about 3 different. I plant a bell, jalapeno, but my favorite pepper to plant is a yellow banana. The banana peppers, I love them. We freeze them. My wife put them in a Ziploc bag and then just take them out and use them as she needs them for soups and stews. You bake a roast on Sunday morning, you take a couple of them and throw them on that roast. And then we pickled some this year. I took them and sliced them like pickle slices, and I used my mother's same recipe for canning pickles, and they come out real good. Plant when the soil reaches 65 to 70 degrees, but we're not there yet. I don't believe it. Are we, Greg? Soil temperature is not that warm yet. So it's a little early. Fertilize frequently, and this is a key. Peppers take a lot of nitrogen. You could side dress them things about once a month, and you wouldn't hurt them. And again, when you plant that pepper plant, remove the first fruits. When you see that pepper plant coming up and you see it start blooming, pinch them off. Why? Because that plant's going to be putting nutrient into raising those peppers. But you want to develop that plant. You don't want that plant to be. You want a big healthy plant. So pinch off those first few blooms and let the nutrient go into plant production. And then keep them fertilized, and you'll make more and better peppers.
Sir,
Question? Yeah.
you said on your tomatoes and on your peppers, a high nitrogen.
Yeah.
Well, now what do you call high?
2100 higher than you.
Well, I mean, but okay, let's just say a tomato plant, 2100 nitrogen. I would put a tablespoon around each plant and then work it in, with a prong or something,
Yeah.
about once every 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay, when you said high, I was wondering how high.
Yeah, well, 2100 is, you can't get a nitrogen higher than that dry,
I
can
get
you?
46, urea.
Well, yeah, that'll burn.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. So that'll burn. But yeah, if you just, about once a month, just put a tablespoon or 2 around, depending on the size. As the plant gets bigger, you can probably put 2 tablespoons. So, everyone's for hot peppers. I'm not. Jalapeno is about as hot as I want. And I like the TAMU mild. Did I say wild? Yeah, they're wild. The TAMU mild is the one I plant, and that's a good pepper. And I'm not into these habaneros and all this high capsaicin levels. I don't.
They say them ghost peppers are hotter than some.
They're hotter than you and I want to eat.
I don't even. I ain't got the guts to try one.
I don't either.
Now
I want to save my tongue. Anyway, pepper variety is worth trying. Red cheese pimento, senorita jalapeno, and this next one, I like this next one. Mucho nacho jalapeno.
Yeah,
That thing gets pretty big. Mucho nacho jalapeno. And any one of those varieties would be good. And I don't think that either one of those jalapenos are going to blister your tongue. So, but it's what you like. Different people have different likes, so you plant what's suitable for you. Common diseases in this nightshade family. How many of you see this right here? See that? Y'all ever go out to eat tomato and see that black spot on the bottom of it? That's called blossom end rot. How do you treat it?
Calcium nitrate.
What?
Calcium nitrate.
Epsom salt.
Uh-huh.
Put a tablespoon of Epsom salt by each one of your tomato plants when you plant it. Or magnesium, put a couple of tums. But I always tell people, put a tablespoon of Epsom salt at the base of your tomato plant. And that's caused by a lack of calcium or magnesium. This right here, and that'll take care of it. All right. This critter right here, that is the #1 backyard insect problem in this country. What's it called?
Stink bug.
It's not a stink bug.
Leaf-footed.
It's a leaf-footed bug. That's the proper name for it. It is the #1 pest, and for years there was not a insecticide label for it. So Joe Yannick and I one time, we spent a couple of hours browsing the internet looking for an insecticide that had a product in it, and this is organic, and you can write this down. Spinosad, S-P-I-N-O-S-A-D, spinosad. It is an organic. If you can find any type of pesticide that has spinosad in it, it will do a little bit of job on it. But if you got these things real bad, and you got a leaf blower, go get you a leaf blower and blow them onto your neighbor's yard. You know, we don't care about your neighbor's yard. Or if you got a vacuum, go ahead and suck them up with a vacuum cleaner. Yes.
Is that bug there kin to the stink bug?
It is
We
kin
got
to,
trouble with stink bug.
okay, it is kin to the stink bug. I watched the program Monday that Matt Boucher put on, the county agent, and he was showing a pecan, showing a kernel, the inside of a pecan that had these black spots on it. And he said those black spots on the pecans were caused by the stink bug. That's a green looking bug. And I said something, I said, Matt, that can also be caused by the leaf-footed bug. And I have seen on my pecans, that leaf bug got a stinger about this long on it, and it just drills down. See these spots right here, they put them yellow spots on there? And when you cut that tomato, it's hard behind them yellow spots. And it's almost inedible. You can't hardly eat it. But you can try this pesticide that has this spinosad in it, and that's I don't know, I don't want to say new, it's been on the market probably 8 or 10 years, but it is organic. So,
What about permethrin?
For what?
Permethrin killing?
what?
Permethrin,
Permethrin?
yeah.
I don't think so, because that's been tried. All of those older pesticides have been tried on. This is a hard booger to kill. That's why it's the #1
You gotta
pest.
just about have a direct hit on it.
Well, if you get a direct hit on it, yeah. But I still like to use a vacuum cleaner or a blower and just blow them off. Now, this next critter,
That's a red bird's favorite food.
friend or foe?
That's a red
Oh,
bird.
I hate that thing. They're scary, they're ugly.
When we were kids, what? That's called a tobacco hornworm. Yeah. When we were kids, and we had acre tomatoes, my daddy would make us go up and down the roads and looking for them. And how many of you remember a penny box of matches? We'd take a penny box of matches and we'd go along and strike that match with blister, or we'd take him, grab these two on them, pop him. But the best thing is go put him on your neighbor's yard. Go put him on your neighbor's tomatoes. Pick him off, go set him on your neighbor's tomatoes. I'm gonna tell you the reason why later on. That's a beneficial.
Really? Wow.
That carcass, when it dies, there is a beneficial fly, I can't think of the word, that lays its eggs on that decaying carcass. And them eggs will be on a real thin real thin stem, and they'll be above that. And that egg, when that egg hatches, that little larvae migrates down into that decaying carcass and feeds on and develops inside that decaying carcass. So on the one hand, yeah, you can go out there one morning and look at your tomatoes, and they're all eaten up, and you may find half a dozen of them. Pull them off, put them on your neighbors. But when it dies, it serves as a beneficial host for this, and right now I can't think of the name, but of a beneficial insect.
What does that beneficial insect do for you?
It's a beneficial wasp. That's what it's a beneficial wasp, and it's something like a predator wasp or something. And may not be right on that. You'd have to talk to, what's his name, David Biles? What? Stephen Biles might be able to tell you, you know, and then, okay, somebody's gonna do something on integrated pest management later on, they may be able to answer that question. But it's a beneficial wasp is what it is, and some of these beneficial wasps go around and sting and kill harmful insects. So, I don't mind them, I just take them, pitch them off in the neighbor's yard. Squash. You can plant them in late March, April, and September. I planted squash in the fall, and I didn't make it. It got too dry. You want moderate fertility. That means, you know, you can use some triple 13. Harvest winter squash. I don't think anybody plants these gourd type squash around here. I don't think there's much of that around here. You probably don't sell many seeds for that.
Very few.
Very few. And you want summer squash when tender and immature, and that's what I was saying about that squash. You see these squash right here? You don't want to let them get much bigger than that, because if they get too big, what happens? You get these big old seeds in them, they get pithy, and they're really, they ain't worth picking. Cows like them, hogs like them, chickens like them, but they're just not very, very good for cooking.